Hi everybody, this is Alchemist 2, and I'm back again with another anime review. As you will... Sorry. Got tripped up on my tongue there. As you well know, during the time that I was in school, I really didn't have enough leisure time to sit down and watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, but since this Christmas vacation, I finally was able to sit down and watch the final episodes of the series, and it was climactic, and it was nothing if but awesome. Truly, I was just mesmerized by everything I saw, completely transfixed. And it talks about dogma, religion, existentialism, purpose. It also talks about the ability to um, create and destroy. And it reminds me a lot of Evangelion in that aspect, because Evangelion is similar, and there are so many differing um, philosophies within the series itself. It really gives you pause, and it really makes you sit down and think about how you view the world. And I really like series like this because I like to engage my brain and think outside the box and be challenged a little bit. Um, I'm not going to give anything away about the series because I feel if I did, then a lot of fans would probably send me flames, and I'm not the type. That's that's just for people who are rude and mean and inconsiderate. But anyway, as far as volumes go, the final volume, which I believe is volume 5, it's my ultimate favorite because it answers many questions, um, and just it brings everything together. All the characters. Um, you are given more insight as to why certain characters made certain sacrifices, what their modus operandi really truly was. Um, it was extremely violent and gory. There was a lot of bloodshed, but I wasn't really surprised by that. But there were some things that I thought I was not expecting, and it took me aback quite a bit. I was shocked, and there were some other things that I wasn't expecting, like some character deaths that had me weeping. Ones that I thought, why am I crying for this character? This character was despicable. This character had no remorse. This character was a manipulator. This character um, just was conniving and represented everything that they were named for. And there were actually a lot of characters that were like that. And then I cried over their deaths. It didn't matter what character it was, whether they were good or bad or gray. It really didn't matter to me at all, because to me they were they were vulnerable, just like regular human being characters can be. And any death, no matter whose death it is, I think is sad. It doesn't matter if it's a person who is just evil incarnate. It's horrible when someone dies, and you can see this in the news with the recent news that is happening. And a lot of people who know that I'm a history buff, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go into it, but nevertheless, it's sad when somebody that you have put a lot of trust and faith in and um, hope for the future just suddenly dies, especially if it's an unexpected death. Um, yeah. There are a lot of things about this series that I really enjoy. For instance, um, the blasphemous take. Well, I don't really think it's blasphemous because um, there are a lot of things in it that I do agree with, and Dogma is one of those things that I have a lot of trouble with, and traditions as well. I mean, traditions are well and good, and laws are great, but they're only so good as their creators. And they can be they can be twisted, they can be um, convoluted, they can be misunderstood. And we see this, we definitely see that within the structure of Central. I mean, Central. Yeah, Central. And there are things that change within that as well. I'm not going to say what happens or where or how. Uh, I always like that part about the Door of Truth and just the whole existential factor of this series, and just how deep and profound it is. And what is truth? They actually answer that in the best way they know how in our human convention. Um, I will say this: there is a happy ending. I'm not going to say what happens, only that it's very happy, and I cried like a little baby seeing it, and it just filled my heart with joy, and I was gleeful throughout. Um, it put a couple of characters together that I really enjoy seeing together and made them canon, so I was very pleased with that. I'm not going to say who. I'm sure if you've seen the series, you can predict. Um, but it also left it open. It left a chance for us to see what becomes of the characters after their quest is completed, and it lets us see what occurs afterward. It gives us a glimpse. It doesn't give you the whole story. It just shows you what became of them, and how they are, and what's going on with their situations in life, and where they're going and what they're doing. And I loved it. I absolutely adored it, and I think it's the finest anime I've seen since Yu Yu Hakusho and Kakashi. And I also like Bleach. Of course, I have the movie, but I haven't seen it yet. It's called Fade to Black, but I will be reviewing that, as well as Hetalia, Painted White. Colored titles, yay! But I sincerely enjoyed the entire series. The final chapters were the most intense, combatant, action packed, adrenaline rushed of anything I'd ever seen. I just non stop action. And the voice acting was just splendid. They were superb. Vic Manoia, I adore him, because he's played a lot of different characters over time. I think my two favorites are Full Metal, of course, Edward, and I forget the name of the Kakashi in the anime. I wish I could think of his name. And I like his character, because I just think that um, they have the same kind of personalities going on. Plus, they want to protect those that they love, and they're very loyal, true, and relatable characters. And there's so much that's redeemable about the qualities that these characters possess, that you just want to wish the best for them, even though they may be the underdogs. And I always liked a story like that. And it is an underdog story. It's horror, it's suspense, it's action adventure, romance, fantasy, when you get alchemy and alkahestry, and there's another form that's mentioned. They don't say what it is, but I'm not going to say anything about that. That's just, I'm hinting at it as a slight spoiler alert. There really aren't anything. There really isn't anything that I can say that I disagree with in the series. and I loved it. The whole thing is just um, outstanding. It is just tremendous. It is by far the most exceptional series I have seen in a long time, and Funimation, they really put their blood, sweat, and tears in this, and you can see it, and the emotion is heartfelt, and it's not put on. This is acting at its best, and they know what they're doing, and I give them two thumbs way up for their efforts, because I know it's really hard depicting a character at a microphone, whether uh, rather than doing it out in front of a stage or performing in a movie. It's really challenging. Um, as far as I can say about fans of the series, I think they will not be disappointed with the final installation. Um, it is the finest. It is the acme of entertainment as far as I'm concerned. Of course, I'm biased because I love Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Um, that's basically all I have to say about it. And if you have a chance to sit down and watch it all the way through, do so, because there are going to be lots of twists and turns that you won't expect, and they will definitely take you by surprise and shock you quite a bit. Because I know I was. I was just sitting there with my mouth agape, thinking, "I can't believe that just happened." But it is a outstanding series, truly phenomenal, and there is a principle that is illustrated in this that kind of made me think of what I've been learning in my studies. So maybe a lot of us future alchemists can take that to heart.